I've got a list of the players who are out at the moment, right? Maddison, Bentancur, Kudus, Davies, Bergvall, Udogi, Richarlison, Pedro Porro, Jed Spence, Danzo, and then obviously Romero now. I mean, I was having a look at that. That's basically a starting 11 that's out for him. That's one thing he's got to deal with. So that just on that point of injuries.
Yeah. I think Kulusevski as well. I mean, he hasn't played since.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. Because he hasn't played, I think, since May last year. And then that was like
And I
a
think
week
he's out for
before
the
that.
rest of the season, I just read.
Well, I mean, the fact that he wasn't selected in their Champions League squad for the knockouts, well, I mean, however far they go in the competition, the fact that he wasn't put in should more or less tell you everything. So, it's obviously unfortunate for him. Again, I mean, he hasn't, as I said, he's been unfortunate with injuries, but look, we've seen many managers make do with what they've got. Well, I remember, I think the season after Liverpool, I know obviously it was much different. Liverpool are a lot better then a few years ago than what Tottenham are now. But I remember when what was it? Klopp had to, I think when he lost his centre half and he lost Van Dijk, obviously when he had that really bad injury, and then he had to play players like Nat Phillips and Reece Williams in defence, and I think Fabinho had to do a few shifts at centre half as well. It wasn't ideal, but he had to get through it. And but this Tottenham squad is, I mean, they are, as I said, they've been completely decimated by injuries. But at the same time, it's not a team that should be 14th in the Premier League. They should be doing a lot better. No one's saying that they should be up there with Arsenal, but perhaps at least be in the top 7 or top 8, not 14th below, sides like, for example, Palace, particularly who have gone through a lot of upheaval with, Oliver Glasner leaving, and the fact that I think yesterday was their first win in 12 matches in all competitions. And also, that's no disrespect to them, but just giving, providing a little bit of context. He does need to do better. I was a little bit surprised by their January window. I thought they would have maybe got 1 or 2 players in. But actually, they did get Conor Gallagher in, which I think, will be a good signing for them. I think he gives them a little bit of bite and guile in midfield. But in the meantime, it's still a squad that you would say is very threadbare and very thin. But he's going to have to make do with it for the rest of the season. He's going to have to find a way to, try and navigate Tottenham for a very sticky period. But perhaps one thing I'll give Frank is that he is very resilient. He had a very similar period 2 years ago when we were completely decimated with injuries and we were slipping down the table. But he managed to, once 1 or 2 slightly came back and then things started to, be better again. Thankfully, we managed to go on a run and obviously, finish the season well. You'd like to hope for it. In Tottenham's case, they like to hope that will be the case, but it will be it is going to be a very sticky next few weeks for them because obviously Newcastle are home tomorrow. It's that's a must win for them. The Newcastle have not been convincing of late, but we'll speak about their game against Brentford shortly. But no, and obviously the small match of the North London derby in 2 weeks. So that's going to be a really interesting one as well. But they've got some games that I think Newcastle tomorrow. Forget about Arsenal. That's not for 2 weeks. They've got to win tomorrow, and they've really got to like Liverpool, get a good run of results together.